What gender double standard do you hate the most? When only the ladies' room has a diaper changing station, we dads need to change babies too, and the floor of the men's room is not the ideal place. In Australia they have a whole separate area called parent rooms. They usually have both an adult and child-sized toilets in one stall. The good ones even have multiple toilets available, a playpen area for children and spaces for breastfeeding. Oh, I'm surprised no one has mentioned it yet, but being judged when letting a woman pay for dinner. I've had this happen so many times where the server will give me a disappointed look because my girl decided to pay, which is stupid. Also, the idea that men should always pay for dates is outdated and silly. This is always so stupid. My husband and I share an account, but frequently I'll be the one to hand the server my card. When they come back, they'll hand the slip and the card to my husband, be it my name on the card. Not being taught how to work on a car or being talked down to by the oil change guy. I'm pretty handy but was blown off for being a woman. At least YouTube videos are around. Came here to say this. Went in to buy oil to change my oil on my motorcycle and the guy came up to me and said, "That's not gonna work for your car, honey," and seemed offended when I said, "Well, I hope not, cause it's not for my car." As a dad, hardly any children's books even have a dad character, and when they do he's usually incompetent or played for laughs. The vast majority of children's books that have a parent as a main character feature a mom. It's not just books. Most TV has a dad as a likable moron. My wife can be affectionate to our boys in public, but if I do the same with our daughter I get weird looks. However, I do love how it's now okay to still hold my 8-year-old son's hand, but not my 12-year-old daughter. Swings and roundabouts. As a father of 2 girls and a son, my general recommendation is not to give a crap. Cooking. People still give me weird looks when I tell them I do all the cooking at home. People still seem to hold on to the belief that women cook at home, yet the world of fine dining kitchens is a man's world. I'll never understand. It's a weird double standard. My dad did all the cooking growing up, and right now my husband is cooking all our dinners. I do the dishes, make sure the kitchen is in a clean enough state for cooking, and compliment the chef. Household chore ads on TV. The dad is always too dumb to know what to do and the mom is always there with the solution product. It's an awful image for both dads and moms. Why isn't dad using the new fabric softener or floor cleaner? Why isn't the mom out buying the products on her way back home from her office job? Work. Whoa, this exactly defines a majority of advertisements about household items Indian companies put out nowadays. It's safe to say that they're basically the norm, but I've never thought of it the way you did. Now that I think about it, they're pretty messed up and are capable of perpetuating a stereotype. As a man, I'd love to be able to babysit kids or even tell someone how cute their kid is without fear of people thinking I'm a weirdo. I have 3 kids. Kids are the bomb. I would love to open a daycare and provide a safe environment for people's kids, but the stigma and all that is still a preventative aspect. Worked in a daycare. 25F. If men were hired they'd only be allowed in the school age room because that was the only room that 100% didn't have any children and diapers. It's messed up. You know, I think I could have played with dolls if there were dolls in the house. It seems like fun to me. It doesn't seem like a gender thing. I think I would like to play with dolls. As a boy, my parents gave me a dollhouse and a bunch of dolls, never putting any expectations on me about it, and I had a blast. I'd set up all my dolls in the house, and when everything was perfect, that was when my toy dinosaurs would burst through the windows and doors to devour everyone. I was a big fan of Jurassic Park growing up, if you couldn't tell. When cooking at home it's women's work. When cooking professionally all of a sudden, it's a man's world. How does that work? I just hate that men are expected to initiate everything, consider everything, make the first move always. Sometimes I would like to be asked how my day is going as well. For women, that it's almost always assumed too quickly that she's on her period or pregnant when she has mood swings. For men, that they're weak when they cry, because they're not. Crying is normal. Piggyback on the first one. Anytime you're in your mid-20s to mid-30s and you're at a party or family gathering and you're not drinking alcohol and your husband's aunt who is already 3 sheets to the wind sees you're sipping a pop and they yell you're pregnant like nope. Just don't want to drink at your daughter's baby shower at 10 AM on a Saturday. A good buddy of mine wears jeans and a hoodie every day, but some douche told me I can't do the same as a girl because we're supposed to dress nice. That's some balls. Please wear whatever you want. People that say things like that to you are stuck stereotyping people to their detriment. In school, one of the girls was talking about how she grabbed a male classmate's butt and it was considered funny, IDK, but if the genders were reversed it would have been a scandal instead of gossip. Same crap happened to me in freshman year. Some girl grabbed my butt and she sat near me so she would walk near me and touch my thighs. I thought it wasn't so back then, but now I know. This one is more cultural based on my own experience. If a girl attempts traditionally male chores, it's considered her job. If a boy attempts traditionally female chores, he is praised. My mum praised one of my guy friends just yesterday for folding a towel after he'd used it, and all of our family friends went wild over the fact that my other guy friend cut up some beans for his mum to then cook. Meanwhile, my sister and I spent the entire weekend cleaning the pool, washing the car, assembling furniture, mowing the lawn, etc. And we hear nothing. Abuse, harassment and violence. Going through a divorce, and when my wife called the cops on me they rolled up fully ready to arrest me. Thankfully CCTV footage from my security cameras saved my butt. At a later date when I called the police on her for violence in front of Toda. At the time, Sunday just documented the incident. Female accuses male of violence abuse. She must be telling the truth. Male accuses female of violence abuse in the presence of an infant toddler. Well, there's no proof, so we are just going to make a record of this. It's disappointing that this is understood as acceptable. This doesn't just apply to my situation. I've seen it plenty of times where a man is immediately suspect for abuse while a female participant aggressor is seen as the victim. Women can get just as violent as men, and the immediate rush to assume that the man is the bad angered aggressor while the woman is the docile victim is really toxic. To be clear, I'm not saying I want roles reversed. I know there are plenty of cases of abused women being afraid to speak up or having no protection when they accuse a man of violence abuse. What I would like to see is equal treatment of both accusers and accused parties regardless of gender. I can't be alone around children ever without being treated like a monster. Somebody called the cops on me because I took my niece to the beach last year. That it's weird if I hold the door open, pay for a dude, lend him my jacket clothes, carry him on my back, pick him up in my car, pet his hair, call him pretty act. In bed, female submissive equals how it should be, male submissive equals wimpy gay feminine. Why does everything have to be feminine or masculine? Why can't we do what we want, without being labeled? Fictional media does it bad. Nice guy characters will never hurt a woman, but kill as many men as they feel like. They'll swear and snap at other male characters while being polite and courteous to females. Also, men in shows can't have an intimate friendship towards each other without the implication of homosexuality. And a guy and a girl can't be close friends without dating each other eventually. Nobody gives a dang when a man is sexually assaulted, no matter the gender of their assailant. I've known so many guys, including myself, who were just laughed at when they tried to tell someone. I'm sorry they didn't listen. Those wounds last a long time. For me, it's when I hear in the news that a woman has been let off of charges for sexually assaulting a child and such, while for a man it's a death wish. Like, I am sorry, but to let that happen is crap. You are absolutely right. This is something minor, but men have hair and it's fine. But if a woman doesn't shave, it's gross and unhygienic. Once I didn't shave my armpits for a few days and my mom saw and told me it was disgusting and that I had to shave immediately. When I pointed out how most men don't shave their armpits and how it's fine, she flipped out even more, saying it's just different for men. I'm a guy that has dyed his hair since he was 17 or so. Apparently when you reach a certain age, people start accusing you of doing it to hide the grey. What's funny is, some women in and around my age will make such comments, all while sporting a full head of fake auburn hair or something along those lines, themselves. Domestic abuse. Johnny Depp is the perfect example. He's a domestic abuse survivor, yet he's lost jobs. Amber Heard is a domestic abuser, yet she's kept her jobs with the same company that fired Johnny Depp. It's funny how this is public knowledge and everyone knows about this, but nothing is being done about it. I hate a couple. If a woman is assertive and confident about something, and is polite but not overtly friendly, she's considered bossy or bitchy. If a man does the same thing, he really knows what he's talking about and is confident in his work, why are women expected to be apologetic and overly friendly all the time? In the other direction, that men can't have certain hobbies without being called gay. Last time I checked, things like painting or singing don't involve genitals at all, but maybe I'm doing those activities wrong. You just made me imagine men painting with their pee-pee and now I can't forget it. I also kinda wanna try it. Men being overlooked in the body image issue department. Boys can also have eating disorders and dysmorphia. It's a never-ending battle. Some people did a sexual harassment experiment in a mall one time. When the man harassed the woman, it took less than 10 seconds for someone to come over and help her. When the woman harassed the man, nobody helped him. For 2 hours at a mall filled with people, nobody helped the guy. People even said he was crazy for not wanting to have sex with her. But equality, right? IDK if it's a double standard, but I get hella depressed seeing girls freaking cuddle in the middle of class while I'm on day 6423 of no hug ever. I'm pretty much just down bad. Same. Your eligibility for social services help is based on gender. Men aren't eligible for help if being abused, even if they have children to care for. Yet where I live it's nearly impossible for a homeless man to get emergency accommodation. He has to have some kind of disability or severe illness to even have a chance of being approved. A woman is almost always instantly approved no matter their situation. In India especially, the girls are judged for their previous relationship or even shamed. But when it comes to guys it's considered cool. These double standards in Indian subcontinent as a whole have an unending list. Truly horrifying to be born as a woman here. As if being human wasn't pain in butt enough, women get treated worse, making their lives heck. Femininity isn't associated with leadership, so in order to be taken seriously in such a role, women often have to either act like men or rely on the good faith of their employees. Being a leader involves fending off tons of people constantly trying to get under your skin, and having some perceived weight of authority is often your only armor against that. It's very hard to be in a leadership role if people expect a fundamentally different expression of authority from you. Are you a virgin? Yes. What is your gender? Male. You suck. Are you a virgin? No. What is your gender? Male. You're awesome. Are you a virgin? Yes. What is your gender? Female. You're awesome. Are you a virgin? No. What is your gender? Female. You suck. God forbid a woman know fricking anything that's not viewed as traditionally feminine, especially anything related to mechanical work and tooling. I got sick of Allen wrenches getting lost at work, so I stopped by the store to just buy my own set. The guy at the register goes, "Dang, your husband sent you in here instead of coming in? These are for me." This guy looked genuinely shocked over fricking Allen wrenches. I mean, I get my experience is anecdotal, but I hear it a lot from other women. Going to the garage is a nightmare and I've had to just preempt people trying to talk to me like I'm a fricking moron. I just don't get it. It'd be one thing if it was a few older guys, but just in general men don't seem to take women at face value if they have knowledge pertaining to trade work and crap. Meanwhile grown butt men don't know how to change their tire and break into a cold sweat when someone asks them about something car related. I, a female, opened a bottle with a knife at my job in a bar and a guy told me wow, that was a very masculine way to open a bottle. What the frick, man? I'm a bartender. I can open bottles with heaps of different items. It's gotten to the point where I just tell off anyone who says her dad's babysitting today. No B, I'm parenting. Frick off. I worked nights for years. When I was out with the kids, errands, hanging at the park, a walk, it was a nice day with dad, but all the women we saw were invisible. That men are be irresponsible and reckless because boys will be boys, even when they're men, but women have to be grown up since the age of 13 years old. If a mother wants to scale back her work hours to spend more time with her children, she's being a good parent and an example of the gender imbalance in society and a contribution to the gender pay gap. If a father wants to scale back his work hours to spend more time with his children, he's not driven and just doesn't want to work. This one makes me so angry. The best way to support families is to accommodate either parent working less. Paternity leave and beyond is so important. It's unfair that people think men are dangerous to have around children, or that men can't be good parents. It's unfair that people assume women have to be parents, or that a woman around kids automatically means they're safe. When women are assertive or impolite, it's an embarrassment or rude. But when men are assertive, impolite, or just downright rude, it's manly and masculine, or for some reason just normal. Why can't we all just be polite? Like and please and thank you not just be for women? If a girl tells a guy she just wants sex as a free soul, if a guy tells a girl he only wants sex, he becomes an butthole instantly. Oh yay, that's annoying. Like both genders have urges, everyone should be able to say they'd like to frick without someone judging them for it. Height differences. If a tall man dates a short woman, it's cute. If a short man dates a tall woman, it's weird. It's something we can't control, and yet short men and tall women get crap for it all the time. One weird gender double standard that exists for both but not in the same way is weight. Girls constantly get criticized for weight when men usually don't, in as weirdly personal a way. Conversely, guys are expected to be much more physically active, and being fat is seen as emasculating and a personal failure. That women in a lot of hetero relationships are generally expected to take care of the house and participate in a lot of mental work such as planning meals for the household. Obviously this isn't the case for all relationships, but it remains unfair to expect one person to delegate the family routines, and typically that person is the woman, as they do perform 50% more of unpaid labor over men. What I hate more than double standards are people who can't acknowledge that they are participating in double standards. My wife can stop and talk and play with the kids that live on my street. I have to cross the street to stay away from them. I might get flack for this, that men don't have creepy scary stories about women, so this isn't as prevalent now, but I remember 4 years ago, someone saying any woman can tell you a creepy scary story about men, but man can't say the same, like being stalked, having clothing stolen, groped, or even being beaten. Ironically, we go through the same deal, but we typically brushed it off because women weren't generally seen as a threat, and ironically enough, a lot of people I knew directly get seriously hurt because of this, even though we warned them. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.